I think a lot about precious human life. I think of it just about every day, I think. And in the course of the years that I've meditated on this very kind of basic number one meditation in our Lam Rim, different ones of the freedoms and fortunes really have captured me for a period of time. So among all the the many things, freedom from being born in any of the other realms except this one, freedom from having defective senses, freedom from having really stubborn, wrong views that would cloud our mind, or from having engaged in any of the most intense negative actions of killing our mother and father and so forth, that would obscure the mind. We don't have that. And the freedom of having a human life, and having been born at a time when the Buddha's teachings, when the Buddha has taught, when the teachings still exist, when there's still a pure lineage, and we have access to them. All of those things are, in a way, if you look at them kind of on the surface, you could take them all for granted quite easily. But each one has kind of this very special quality, which when I think about them, sometimes it just leaps out. So for a very long time, the freedom or the leisure or the advantage that I have been most captured by is the one that says we have an inclination towards spiritual interests, or we have an openness and an interest in things that have meaning, like the idea of taking refuge, or exploring karma, the actions and their results. Because as I've looked around in my life, and that's true for all of us who live in this affluent Western world, people have everything. You can look at your life and say, yes, I have a wonderful human life. I have friends, I have family, I have cars, I have money, I have food, I have shelter, I have a beautiful home, I have a swimming pool in my backyard, or whatever. But if I don't have that internal interest, curiosity, longing to know the nature of reality, or to want to benefit others, or to have an openness to know if there's something more to this life than what I perceive directly with my five senses. If we don't have that, then there's no place for the Dharma to ever land. So that's the one, as I said, I've been fascinated with and kind of fixated on for a couple of years, but it's just started changing lately. That I've begun to recognize that even you have that, you have a spiritual longing or a spiritual interest, if you don't connect with the teacher or the teachings, where does that go? And this is up because I think of so many people I know who are very, very good-hearted and are really on a spiritual search, really seeking for something. And kind of grab at this little bit and this little bit, and they've kind of created their own spiritual path, which is maybe working for them or maybe not. But what I often see is that there's a lot of confusion that comes with that. And bottom line, what are the ethics that go with creating your own path, or what is the ultimate aim or goal if you've created your own spiritual path? Like, where are you going? So I'm kind of newly impressed with that amazing karmic result, really, of having been born in this life right now at a time the Buddha has come. The teachings exist. We live in a place where we have access to them, whether it's directly through a teacher on a personal relationship, or we've connected through the internet, however we connect. But that connection gets made is so rare. And then, our job, having recognized the rarity and preciousness of making that connection, is then what do we do to nurture it? To make sure that we're creating the causes that it really continues to be nurtured, flourish and grow. Because the other thing I've seen in my years of practicing Dharma is somehow the connection gets made and then we're off and on to something else. So it's not just about having that receptivity, it's not even just about finding the teachings, but then it's about inside ourselves, we make the decision that this is important to me and this I want to pursue. So there's just so much richness in meditating on that very first Lamrim meditation and seeing how much we have going for us to use as the fuel to take advantage of it. And of course, the next meditation is death and impermanence, to hurry us up to take advantage of it, because who knows how long we have to really enjoy it. But yeah, so I've just been thinking about that special little piece. To have the karma to make that connection is amazing. And given that we have that, we shouldn't be complaining about anything else. Someday, we won't. Okay, thank you.